Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly messages for May 22nd until the 30th. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do in terms of a spread today. I'm just going to feel it out and see what happens. So, we'll do the weekly cards first. I'll do a 3-card pick in the beginning. We'll do something and then another 3-card pick at the end. Okay. So for the weekly messages, we have our seeds of intention. For today, I dream big, and this is really about setting your intention this week to do big things and go places and really make it happen. And that's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but just listen to your internal knowing and listen to your intuition about really what are you trying to cultivate this week. So it looks like we already have manifestation coming through as a big theme. Let's see what the angels have to say. Nope, that one doesn't. That one, there we go. Okay. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Okay, so this is really clear and direct. This is just about, seek counsel. If you've been trying to make a big decision lately, do some research, read up. Okay. And then we have Paulina Cassidy. Opportunity. The world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. And again, this has to do with manifestation, which is coming through. Okay, so that's already, dreaming big, making sure your plans are in order, and then also, the luck aspect, the opportunities that are coming up are really important as well. Okay, we'll do one 3-card pick right now with the mythology deck. So if you have a specific question in mind, go ahead and ask it now. Or if you just want some additional insight, go ahead and pick a card. Whichever one is calling to you. All right, ready? Card number 1. 7 of Swords. So this actually looks like reflection on your past experiences. Even just looking at the coloring of this card, it's kind of old traumas, old burdens, old things that you're working through. So just, it's kind of the heavy lifting going on this week that you're going to be focusing on. Okay. So card number 2. The Moon. This is manifestation big time, and it has to do with this god. I believe he's a god or a muse or something, where he's the literal manifestation or personification of dreams. And so, if you picked card number 2, take that to the bank, because that is a huge part of Oh, hi Judy. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, so with the moon, that's the manifestation of your dreams. And I will, I'll answer your question when I'm finished reading, okay? All right, and card number 3, King of Swords. So this is independence of thought, independence of ideas. This is you figuring out your next steps in a creative way and really making things happen for yourself. So this is really level-headed but creative and pushing forward with your, maybe your dreams, maybe that golden opportunity is coming up for you. Whatever it is, it looks good, but it is about that independence of thought. Okay, I'm going to set these to the side. And so I'm just going to do a modified Celtic cross. We'll do a little one and see what comes up. And if you want any clarification on the Celtic cross, I am happy to do that. Just go ahead and drop a comment if there's a card you want clarity on. Okay, so we'll do you this week, the challenges, what you're leaving behind, and what you are bringing in. And then we'll build off of this. Okay, so let's take a look at you this week. Okay, so this looks like rest. This is absolutely about you taking your time. It also looks like building. Kind of getting into the mode of what do you want to call in, what are you, because the word that's coming to mind is pack rat, but not in a negative sense. It's more of in a planning sense. So it looks like manifestation and the planning stages of manifestation as well are happening this week. So the challenges, we have the 9 of Cups. And it's funny because what's coming across here is being a little bit too idealistic with how things are going to happen and possibly being a little bit resistant to how things are going to work out. So just keep that in mind, that if you have these really big expectations, be flexible with how you get there. You can absolutely hold on to that vision, but don't get too wrapped up in the how, because that's kind of where we can end up blocking the manifestation. So just be open. Be open to it happening better or easier than you thought possible. So what you're leaving behind this week, this, okay, so 10 of Coins, what I'm getting for this is stability. So this is an indication that you're about ready to launch into a new direction. And so it's like, okay, I'm leaving behind this nice cushy setup and I'm, planning my next move, and I have these really big dreams and these really big things that I'm working on. And so you're cultivating all of this, but it's kind of like you're leaving that stability behind. But this is proof that you can bring more of that into your life. Okay, so what you're bringing in this coming week, the Lovers. Okay, and this looks like, obviously this can represent romantic partnership, but it's also about the business partnerships, those types of opportunities. Maybe you're meeting someone who helps you get to this this planning, this bigger vision that you have. And so there's a certain level of collaboration and co-creation to this card, beyond just romance. That's a really almost too specific. It could also be reconnecting with a partner, but what I suspect for most of you, this is going to be bringing in the relationships that are going to push you further towards your goals, as well as facilitating this big vision that you have. Okay, and I'm just gonna clarify the overall growth period, so like where you're at. Yeah, moving forward. So you're moving towards something. There's big vision here, big opportunities. There's a lot going on for you. This is really powerful in romantic relationships, that creation piece, manifestation. So it's really cultivating those dreams. And it's like, you know, if you're setting goals, maybe this week you want to work on a push goal or possibly set the bar higher for yourself. I know that that's something that I struggle with, is not making my goals big enough. And so maybe go back and do some revisions to your goals. So let's see. And then we'll clarify what's coming in. King of Wands. Okay, so we have fire coming in. This absolutely looks like a person, because we have it here with the Lovers, right? So the King of Wands often represents a person. It could be, you know, a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but what I would say is keep your eyes peeled for people who are fiery in nature, fiery in approach, and who are able to ignite that within yourself as well. Okay, we'll clarify the challenges too. We'll do that. Okay, so yes, this is about, you know, obviously the Magician in a traditional sense represents manifestation, which, you know, I've said from the get-go is one of the major themes this week. So with the Magician here, you know, clarifying the challenge for this week, you make your manifestations specific, but I wouldn't make them into something where it's like, and then this happens, and then this happens. Try to steer away from the series of events, which I am totally guilty of, and focus on, this is the end result that I want. This is my big vision. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And then trust the process. Really open yourself up to receiving in really big ways. And just, you know, you kind of gotta, you know, go with the flow and let go and let God, as they say. So be really clear about what you want to cultivate and make sure that you're calling that in. Hi, Danielle. So it's really about you having a specific vision and holding on to it. Really hone in on the big picture, and it looks like a really big week for manifestation. Okay, so that's it for this week. Except I am going to do one more 3-card pick, just as like an extra little bonus. Okay, and this is like my sexy deck, if you will. So they're not just specifically relationship cards, but most of the art that's depicted in these is relationship, you know, is sexual in nature, just so you know. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I'll throw in something else too. If you have a specific question or something, we're going to do clarifiers too. I haven't done this before on a bonus. A little extra. So you go ahead and pick your card, whichever one resonates with you. If you're asking about a person or a situation, go ahead and focus in on it now. All right. Set number 1. the world. So cycles coming together, completion of a process. This is really positive for travel. So maybe you have travel plans and you're like, I really want to manifest a trip somewhere. This is really great for that. And it's also positive resolutions that are working in your favor. And the clarifier for this is justice. Yeah, so it's, the scale is on your side. And so just hold on to this reminder, especially if you picked this and you've been really working to manifest something lately. Just hold your vision, trust the process, because we have endings to cycles, and it's the endings and new beginnings. So it's gonna work out. This is a really sweet pair, and they're both major arcana cards. So on top of that, you have really big messages coming through. Okay, so card number 2, 5 of Wands. I picked this in the daily read on Instagram, and there's a little bit of deception. It's like there's something that's not being answered. Obviously it's not necessarily adultery like what's depicted here, or at least that's what we can assume from this guy, right? So it's not necessarily adultery, but it's like you don't have all of the information, especially because we have this Doreen Virtue card talking about not having the information. The 5 of Wands is reiterating that, right? So let's look at the clarifier and see what else is going on with this. Okay, 6 of Coins. So it's reciprocation in relationships. Is there a balanced give and take? Are you on the taking side of the relationship? Are you spreading yourself too thin and giving people too much? I work with a lot of empaths, a lot of healers, and that's a big part of the problem, is stretching yourself too thin, giving, and then and I'm guilty of it as well, not feeling appreciated and loved. So the 6 of Coins reminds you to focus in on that and pay attention. When are you not feeling appreciated? When do you feel good and healthy in the relationships? Card number 3, Queen of Swords. So this is independence. This is kind of breaking off in your own direction and doing your own thing. Traditionally, this card kind of represents the divorce card archetypally, not literally. So it's just kind of that strong divine feminine coming through that's really independent and doesn't need anyone else or any... Okay, yeah, I'll touch base with you, Jason. Thanks for commenting on that. Okay, so in terms of the Queen of Swords, it's just like independence of your ideas and, the direction that you're headed. And so the clarity for this one is the 3 of Swords. Damn, of course, I mentioned divorce, and that's exactly what comes up because 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card. So if you picked option number 3, maybe you're trying to call in a new relationship or a new romance. And so with that, it could be, healing this heartbreak in order to manifest your ideal partner, which it looks like that's not how it's going right now. So just be aware that breaking off and being independent and finding yourself is part of the process. And so really trust that. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. I will drop a few links in the description so you can sign up for my newsletter. I'll link my YouTube and everything like that, and I will see you next week. Bye.